Hello bachcho, welcome to my YouTube channel Crack UPSC. So today we are going to study about the basic course of political science. The okay, and today we are going to learn types of government or the forms of government. Government क्या होती है? You have watched my old videos. I guess you know that. So we'll start with the forms of government. There are three forms of government or the three types of government we can say. The first one is the monarch or the monarchy. The second one is the dictatorship, and the last one is democracy. Here in India we follow democracy. Okay, let's start with monarchy. You can see the image. You can see Queen Elizabeth. Monarchy is nothing but different country follows different type of government. As I said, we follow democracy in India here. So 200 years ago, everyone used to follow this monarchy rule. Means a particular king used to rule a particular territory. राजा वाला सिस्टम यहाँ पर राजा वाला सिस्टम होता था. यहाँ कोई क्वीन और किंग, मोस्टली king used to rule. I guess you know that in ancient time you have learnt in ancient history regarding this modern dynasty which was ruled by Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar and Ashoka. Like this type of system used to go on. The king position would go from a father to a son to a grandson. It is nothing but a process of hereditary, and there was no elections. It was just like no freedom of speech, no equality, nothing. The one who used to win used to rule the entire territory or entire kingdom. The person, like you have seen in the medieval history, the Delhi Sultanate, the slave dynasty, the Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and the Lodi dynasty. In the same way, in Mughals also you have seen Babur, Humayun, Shah Jahan, etc. If the one person is strong, he used to kill that another person and he used to sit in that Raja ki gaddi. Like this type of system used to go on, and there would be a huge discrimination between the people. To help this king or the queen, there would be a mantri, you call feudal lord, the wazirs. Okay, they have no freedom, nothing at all. This is, you can clearly see that picture. Okay, so this is all about monarch. You just have to remember it is nothing but a king or queen's rule. Next comes the dictatorship. What do you mean by dictatorship? Dictatorship is defined as a country, government or a form of government in which absolute power is exercised by a dictator. There is a person called a dictator. He has a power to rule. This is different from monarch. Here the king or queen will be ruling, but in dictatorship a single person who is ruling. Like a dictator is a person with absolute power, a ruler who has absolute unrestricted control in a government without cessation. You have heard about Hitler in Germany during Second World War. He used to rule. In the same way we have in North Korea, and in China there is a communist party. Here the ruler will be a single person or group of person will be ruling. This is very dangerous than the monarch rule. This is very dangerous. They don't take opinion of the peoples. This is just like means there is no opinions of people here is considered. In monarch we used to see a raja. At least he used to think of the prajas. At least वो प्रजा का भला करता था. But here there is nothing like this. This is a way different from what we have learnt about the monarch. It is more dangerous, as I said, and no one can challenge him. So in dictatorship there is a no freedom of speech, no equality, and here I said about the Hitler. He used to capture everything without the permission of the people. ज़बरदस्ती का पावर चलाता था ये हिटलर. And there was so much of bad conditions. There was no election, no law, nothing. The people used to follow what the king or the particular person, dictator, the person I said about the dictator, the people used to follow him no matter what, if they like or doesn't. It doesn't matter, but they used to follow him. Then the next one is the democracy. The word democracy comes from the Greek word demos, meaning people, and kratos, meaning power. So democracy itself says it's a power of the people. Democracy. India before 1947, British used to rule us. We were under the British. हम ब्रिटिश के गुलाम थे. Until 1947, we got independence. So democracy is a form of government in which people have the authority to deliberate and vote for the president. We have the authority to choose our president, to choose our representative. This allows citizens to decide how their country or the community will be run. We have the right to choose the people who will run the country. Okay, so this is just an overview, basic thing, not the depth. When we'll study about the polity, we'll go into the depth. Democracy is the government of the people. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. It is said by the Abraham Lincoln. It's the government of the people, by the people and for the people. We the people of India. जैसे सरकार लोग बनाते हैं. We select our representatives like MLA, MP. And power, all the powers are in the hands of the people so that they can select a perfect representative to rule them. Election, and this is conducted through a process called election. The people who are 18 plus can vote and have the rights to select their representatives. There are two types of parties. The one is the ruling party, the other one is the opposition party. So the party which is ruling and the other one is the opposition party to tell that ruling party where they are going wrong. And the next one is, so we have the constitution to make rules and laws. In India, parliament makes the laws. We have 6 fundamental rights. I said you yesterday those 6 things: right to education, right to freedom, right to equality, and all. Then the other thing is, here we have an election process. If we don't like our representative, we have the right to change them. We have 5 years of time, 5-year period. We have a right to change that person. For both the state and center, it's the 5-year. And like USA, India, France, Germany are the other countries who follows the same rule, democracy, the same rule of law. Here no one is discriminated by the law, no one is discriminated by caste, race, sex, gender, nothing. Here equality is for all. So here I am going to tell the differentiate between monarch and democracy. In monarch there is a single ruler, and in democracy majority of rulers or collective. In monarch the selection will be through the generation to generation. Ascribed status, inheritance, singles family rules from generation to generation. It is just a hereditary process. And here in democracy, people decision. People decide who should rule them. And then the next one is ruling system, royal, only few line. But in democracy we have legislative, judiciary and executive. So we will study about this in the next lecture. What is legislative, judiciary and executive? And the type is the traditional political system, and here modern political system. Political affairs, right and power meant to the royal families, no freedom of speech. In monarch there is no freedom of speech, only the rights and the powers are with the royal families, not the simple peoples. In democracy, each and everyone have a right to tell, right and power to the people. Stress on the freedom and speech. Type of authority: traditional authority, whereas in democracy, rational legal authority. Here there is no legal authority in monarch, but in democracy there is a legal authority, and each and everyone is treated equally. Okay, so here we complete forms of government. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.